Hi everyone, this is Jim again. Year 2022, January the 19th. Yeah, in today's topic, I'm gonna talk about how did I keep my weight around 150 pounds for about 30 years. All right, yeah, it's a huge topic, involve a lot of things, but I just want to make it simple. All right, so basically, I just want to look back and see what I've been doing, and then yeah, so hopefully you guys can pick up some and control your weight. And then in this topic, when I talk about keep my weight, it's kind of like a weight control. That means you don't lose your weight too much and then make you very skinny and then looks, you know, and then you don't gain too much weight and then to affect your mobility. Yeah. So I have advantage because I'm an instructor. I have to do my work. I have to, when you teach, when you show people how to do it, and at the same time you have some exercises. But even though you might see a lot of instructor, they teaching, but they still gain a lot of weight, and then the weight looks like out of control. So basically, when you want to control your weight, it's two major things. One is, I guess, some exercises, and then the other thing is you have to control your diet. Everything comes in your mouth. You have to watch it. You have to control it. Otherwise, you just yeah, like a lot of people does, and then they just regret. And oh yeah, when they realize it's out of control, it's too late. All right, so yeah, we have to do something to prevent this kind of things happen. Yeah, since the pandemic started about 2 years ago, all right, so these two things have become more and more become bigger issues for a lot of people. All right, you can see, you don't see them a few months, and they say, oh, how come you gained 20 pounds, something like that. All right, so it's basically at they have a trouble with one of the two things or two of the two things. All right, so they could not go out to do exercises. They don't want to go out to do exercises, or maybe the exercises amount of exercises are not enough. All right, so the other thing is uh, everybody become a good cook. All right, they have a good food, and then they could not control what they eat and then how much they eat. All right, so yeah, that's two major things. Okay, for me, when I came to Canada, I was very skinny. It's like a 60 kilo, 140 pounds, something like that. And I clearly remember the first job I have. It's I work as a waiter in a restaurant, and it's very busy. You basically work more than 10 hours a day, and then you, as a waiter, you just walk, and then sometimes you're not only walk, you have to walk fast, jogging all the time. All right, So if you don't eat properly, you will lose your weight. I clearly remember after like 2 months I work, that restaurant's crazy busy, and then my bell, I have a khaki pen, right? My bell, the last hole could not. My waist is still very loose, so that means I lost a lot of weight. And then some of my friends saw me, hey, how come? What you been doing? You lost a lot of weight. Oh, I said, that restaurant's crazy. So yeah, it's not healthy. But later on, and then I prepare some food during the crazy work, and then we're getting better. All right. So this 140 pounds when I came to Canada. All right. So yeah, later on, everything becomes stable, and then and 1991 I start to teach Tai Chi, and in 1993 I started to teach driving. So these two jobs, it's kind of like balance, right? So when you teach driving, you just sit there and talk, and then give instruction to the student. Basically, you not have much exercises. And then in the evening and weekend, I teach Tai Chi, and then they give me some exercises. Yeah, this is a good balance. And I have some exercises, roughly from anywhere from 10 hours to 20 hours. It depends how many classes I teach, right? So for the diet, when I was young, I think the metabolism, it's, better. And then I have 3 big meals a day, all right? Big breakfast, big lunch, and big dinner. All right, so I keep doing it for a few years, and at the beginning, no problem, until one day, one of my students, he told me, hey, Sifu, and then you looks like you have a big belly. By the time I'm not overweight, right? It's like 150 something. And then I realized I need to control what I eat. All right, I just eat half. All right, when you feel full, it's already over. When you feel, let's say you want to, before you eat 1 dishes, you just take away like a quarter or even more, or 1/3 of that, and then you eat the rest of them. That's how you eat. Control the portion. All right, you don't eat when you feel full. All right, so that's how I control it. And then a lot of people, some of my students, he gave me some feedback. He said, oh yeah, I feel, hungry. I feel very uncomfortable. And then your arm and leg, it feels weak, and then you're starving. And then sometimes your arm's shaking, something like that. I should say, this things happen. It depends on individual person. And it's something you have to know, everybody, and then feel starving and feel hungry back to the human 100 or maybe 200 years ago. it's normal. They don't have a 3 big meal a day. They might only have a 2 meal, and they do a lot of labor work. And then starving, feel hungry, it's normal. Maybe at the beginning, and then affect your performance. It's like you feel arm and leg, it's weak, and then you might have some very uncomfortable body feedback. But I think you should let it last. See if you can get over it. All right. So when you feel starving, hungry, you right away you eat something, you drink some sugar in it, and you feel better. I should say a little bit to make you feel better, it's okay. But if you eat a big meal because you feel hungry, or you drink a lot of sugar in your body, all right, so it's not the good things. Right, so that will make you out of control. So there is one thing I should stress is the diabetes nowadays, and it become more popular, right? Some people, they are not overweight, they are pretty young, but they still get diabetes. One of the major reasons is they could not stand the starving kind of a body feedback. And then they keep their stomach full whole day. Even they are not overweight, they just keep eating. That will make the system stop produce, that things. And then I forgot the name. And then that will, for the long run, your body stop or functional normally in that system that make you have a diabetes. All right, so this is what I know. So that means sometimes you feel starving, and then you feel, arm and leg is weak, and you're even shaking. It's kind of like a body feedback when your stomach is empty. It doesn't mean you totally lose your performance. It's like an athlete, and then they run long distance, long distance jogging, right? So long distance running, right? This kind of like a body feedback, it's happened again, and again. You have to know how to deal with it. All right. You don't say, okay, I could not stand when I feel hungry. When I feel hungry, I could not do this, I could not do that. I have to eat. Okay, then we'll train your body and become like a conditioning. All right. Every time when you feel hungry, your body already, when your stomach is empty, your body is already overreact, and then you feel weak, you feel starving, all kind of feelings. Sometimes somebody might have a sweat, like that kind of feeling to ask you to put something in your stomach. But as a normal people, when you feel starving, it's normal. All right, so yeah, because now it's too much food. All right, and then people in their whole life, they don't have a much experience, when they feel hungry. All right, so before their stomachs are empty, they already put something in it. That's why you see a lot of people gain weight and overweight, and then they want to control the weight, but at the end they fail. All right, so and then everybody knows that when you're overweight, it causes you a lot of health problem. Basically you are below average health condition. So yeah, so control what you eat. It's very, very important. All right, just reduce what you eat. Okay, the other one is the portion, like well, you can have that kind of knowledge, and then because in the morning you can eat more, and the lunch don't eat too much, in the evening, and then you basically you eat a little, a big meal, middle meal, small meal. You don't eat 3 big meal. And someone, they don't eat breakfast, lunch they have apple, and then they go home and have a big dinner. That's kind of like the opposite. So yeah, I strongly recommend everybody is to have a big breakfast. So a regular size or even smaller size lunch. In the evening, definitely you don't eat too much. All right, so yeah, this is the portion control. And what you eat, of course, is very important. You try to avoid too much sugar, too much oil, and then this is a very common knowledge. And then on the other hand, healthy food doesn't taste good. All right, so yeah, somebody is a meat eater, you have to control your portion and eat something you might not like it. For example, more vegetable, more like fruit, and less meat, and then okay. So deep fried food, of course it tastes good, and then it's not healthy. It's hard to digest it. All right. So yeah, this is how I do my weight control. And then yeah, honestly, when the pandemic started, I gained some, but I do some exercises. I control my what I eat, and then I still maintain control. It's not like out of control, right? I just have my regular exercises before this video. Yeah, on the other hand, I have to say, when I control my weight, I'm not like a lot of people. They are very strict. Basically, I eat everything. I just control the portion, right? I eat everything. I eat meat, fish, vegetable, fruit, and then somebody say, oh, that one's some kind of like a donut, and then muffin. No, I just control the portion. I eat everything. I don't I'm not picky. All right, so like those people, they want to control your weight. They are very strict, and then they don't eat salt. They don't eat. Oh yeah, it makes your life very boring. All right. So this is one thing. I'm not picky. I eat everything. I just control the portion. On the other hand, in the past few years, and I didn't drink too much beer. I still drinking beer, and before, it's like 5-8 years ago, I almost like drink 1 or 2 beer every day. I drink, so but I still control my weight. All right, so yeah, as long as you know the concept, and then you discipline yourself, and then I don't think control your weight it's like a big deal, at least for me. All right, so hopefully it will help, and then successfully control your weight. All right, so much for today.